My house kitchen, where I'm your weird friend, and captions are auto generated, and we're working on a healthier-ish chocolate chip cookie with the sourdough discard, which you can just omit, and our Java chip and cold brew. So what I'm currently working on is our dry ingredients. I have already added stuff. This is an experiment, so I don't even know if it's good yet. Our other cookie recipe is this one incorporates some more protein, so I'm making it healthier. So I'm gonna say swaps for the other one. So if you're one of my newsletter peeps, and the recipe at the end is the Java chip coffee cookie recipe, chocolate chip cookies in there. I'm blocking your view of the scale. So my scale, y'all, it looks rough. It's very well loved and used every stinking day. So protein powder is notorious for clouds. Okay, we got us a scoop. So I have taken the measurements down on the typical recipe that you see in the newsletter at the end, which is our chocolate chip cookie one with or without sourdough discard. I think I put the instructions in for both. And to use one of our frappe mixes, and you could cold brew or use an espresso from the deluxe coffee machine or K-Cup or whatever it is. We just need a tablespoon for the normal size. We're doing a teaspoon for this one. I'm getting my dry ingredients ready. So in here we have all-purpose flour, baking soda. I wrote it on. You see my envelopes. A 1/6 of a teaspoon, which is more like a quarter for me, of baking soda, and then these are just measurements. I break them down. I usually do grams. 30 grams of Quest protein is my favorite for reasonable and taste. Unsalted butter is over here. This is no longer dry ingredients. We're putting this in with our sugar mixture. Now, this is where the swaps come in. So, hold. Let me find a scraper. You can get this one free in May, but you cannot any longer now. This month's gift with purchase is, you can pick the kernel cutter doodad for corn to cut it off the cob, or the corn butterer with a $90 purchase. And then with $120, you'll get the burger press for sliders or normal size burgers. I would say it has like a squishy back, so you can kind of push them out, but if you use parchment or wax paper, it'll make it even easier for you. Okay, we're gonna stand that up. So in here is regular white sugar and brown sugar and our butter. I'm gonna cream it together. I don't feel like I need to cream it for quite as long because we don't have that much, but we'll see. 2 turntables and a microphone. You gotta turn the dial. We'll go 1 minute and 30 seconds. I forgot an ingredient for the creaming. Java chip. So I'm gonna do 2 teaspoons in this. Typically it's 2 tablespoons in our other one. And I'm telling you, when you open it, it smells, oh, I wish you were here to smell it. It's so good. So I'm gonna go with a little bit of a heaping 2 teaspoons because y'all, it's the best. Okay, I got a hair in my nose. All right, so we're back to telling you about sugar in just a second. So we have Java chip and vanilla cream. These launched June 1st, which was yesterday, if you're tuning in live-ish. 2024, in case you're years down the road, because I love Pamper Chef, I'll still be here. Anyway, these 2 launched. If you're doing a cookie recipe, I have not tried these as drinks yet. If you're doing a cookie recipe, the vanilla cream gives you basically a normal-ish vanilla flavor. The Java chip is going to lean more toward coffee, and it is like a hint of delicious coffeeness. So, like, I want to stockpile this. I'm going to find some more uses for vanilla. I mean, if you have somebody that doesn't like coffee, that would be perfect for this recipe. Now, we're going to unpause and get this going, and then we're going to talk about sugar. I have to burp. So I need a teaspoon. I didn't lock my bowl. I need a teaspoon of coffee. Y'all, we want it to have some coffee in it. This is an adjustable measuring spoon. They look rough because I've had them a long time and I always dishwasher. Even ones that say that you shouldn't, I will buy more. I'm a dishwasher. 1 teaspoon. So I'm doing this instead of like a vanilla extract. I mean, you could do both depending upon the liquidities in your, like how it's coming out. I've just made a dang mess. Let's put that over there. I have a cutting board behind the phone. Okay. Made some oranges earlier. Anyhow, so we have our liquids. We're gonna get back to this sugar. There's some orange up there. Go ahead and drink it. Sugar, I use white sugar and brown sugar. Now, if you're going for a healthier version and you don't use regular sugars, or you might be diabetic, I don't know what particular sugar you could use because I swear our body still expects a sugar hit. But you could try coconut sugar, and I would do 40 grams, and I don't know what that translates into otherwise because this is the measurement I'm doing. I would have to calculate that later. And 20 grams of honey. But I think my honey died in the pantry with a mouse infestation, so we did brown sugar. So honey and coconut sugar, if you're a fan of sugar alcohols, in this house, I'm okay with them to a degree, but his belly's not, so we're not doing it. This is why I'm doing regular sugar. But I'm telling you, to cut your sugar down, I'd use Lily's chocolate chips that are sweetened with stevia. And then you can do sugar alcohols or whatever your favorite sugar replacement is. And or honey if you're going for more natural, and coconut sugar. So I think I got all my measurement stuffs out the way. So I did sourdough discard, 20 grams of egg whites. Now you can do like a small egg. This is for a serving of 2. So I'm cutting it down so I don't waste as many ingredients, testing a recipe, because that's what I do, y'all. And then instead of 2 tablespoons, we did 2 teaspoons of our Java chips. Okay. So, next up, we're going to add our liquid, and we're just going to give it a little mixy mix, and then we'll slowly add our dry. Our liquid is the sourdough discard, the egg, and our coffee. Murphy Brown. The creaming of the ingredients is our sugars, the butter, and it's unsalted butter. And our Java chip is what we used in this one. You can use the other frappe mix or any frappe mix that you like. I did 2 teaspoons. Yes, 2 teaspoons of it. Okay. We're just going to give that a little mix-a-roos. Custom, yeah, just go. I didn't stir this. Now you can whisk if you're a whisker. I'll fork it. I have whisk tongs that are also awesome. So this is just all-purpose flour. You could make, just take some rolled oats, y'all, stick that in our blender and blend it up a little bit. Make your own oat flour for, you know, being cheap if you're like me. Some baking soda, and then Quest protein powder is what I'm using. So here's my tip always. If you have a protein powder that you absolutely hate, I don't know how to tell you to cover up that flavor, because when I make baked goods, you can still, like, if it doesn't blend in and you notice the flavor in your protein powder sucks, what you're making is probably going to suck too. Whoops. So let's turn that off first. At least it stops. Okay, so that's just it's like me on this reality. I'm sorry for that, but it's true. It'll suck. Now, for my other cookies, if we're not watching sugar and you want to be the hero of whatever get-together you got, and you take the coffee Java chip cookies in my newsletter, I'm telling you, it's at the end. Go get it. It's gold. It's delicious. I love them. If you're being the hero, put a symphony bar, or cut up a symphony bar and put it in there, because, y'all, that's good. We're skipping that today for the sake of being a little healthier. Now, I have a spoon for the dry ingredients right here. I'm going to spoon it in as this mixes, just slow. The deluxe stand mixer is what we're using. Now, if you use any of the custom or any of the regular settings, or even the custom one, it starts off slow so that if you are messing with dry ingredients, it does not typically create a cloud. I could pour these in, but I don't want to mess. So I will say these are the best pourable containers ever, even if you don't use the spout. They're a must-have for me. The silicone prep bowls is what they are. I'm always terrible at telling you what I'm using. Now, I have 2 sets because I really do love them. If you are in a party or a fundraiser and you're looking to help your host or your fundraiser cause, whatever it is, and you don't need any gadget, silicone prep bowls, anything like that, or like a quick stir pitcher, which are currently still on sale, so we still have our summer bundles for June, or you're looking for something for Dad, I'm gonna say our pantry items. So if you just want, you know, something every day that you can kind of use, or mixes or whatnot, the ones that I love are the brownie mix, and it ain't cheap. The brownie mix, but it is good. Stick a symphony bar in the middle of it and you'll be the hero there too. The brownie mix is good, and our beer bread mix is great. The sourdough is really good for fake sourdough. I almost said a word. I'm trying to think. Whoops, I did it again. There's so many mixes that we have, and seasonings. So like our favorite dip seasoning here is the French onion. You can use that to season up some pork choppy goodness to flavor your breads. If you're making like a toasted, a hot ham and cheese, a grilled cheese, whatever it is, the French onion is good. The smoked Gouda is too. It's been on sale. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking for y'all. I'm thinking. We have a lot. So hit the pantry. Plus we have the coffee stuff. So if you're like, I don't have a cold brew and I'm thinking about cold brew for like a budget friendly thing, you can get that. We have cold brew coffee that you can get to go with it currently. And then the frappe mixes. We have, what else do we have in the pantry? We have all kinds of dessert stuffs. Now, I'm going to say, I will be mean on Miss Reality over here and tell you if I like something or I don't, if I have tried it. So, and if I haven't, then I'll get with somebody who has. But beer bread is delicious. Make sure you don't use a nasty beer. It's kind of like protein powder. You can't cover that up. I mean, I say that. I don't like beer, but I like beer bread. So, we're next on chocolate chips. It calls for 40 grams-ish whenever you divide that out. We're going to grab our scale, a very used and rough-looking scale that I have had for years. It still works. It's fantastic. So, if you don't want to do as many dishes, it's good. Because I just, you know, pour stuff in. So, these are the Twix-It Clips cold brew, which we use. We need to get it back in the fridge. That's our cold brew pitcher. It's super easy. Lemon squeezy. Deluxe stand mixer, the small mix and scrape. I used a 1 cup prep bowl for the butter and set it on the stove while the oven was preheating. I'm measuring grams. Oops. Ah, we got 41. And then I'm just gonna clip it back on. So, just trying to come up with other ideas and ways. Now, seriously, if you ask me if I like a mix and I don't, I will tell you. Any other item, I'll tell you if I don't love it, or if I don't have it, I'll ask. If you ask me about something seafood, I have no idea because I don't eat it. Here we go. We got 40 grams. We're going to be ready to scoop these shortly. So I'm going to put these in a muffin tin so that I have a perfectly round cookie, because that's the way I roll. So these are healthy-ish, not my full-on protein cookie that's way healthier, minus it has sugar alcohols in it. And I want to say that brown sugar one makes it turn brown really fast, so they almost look burnt half the time. They're not, but they are a little drier, so that recipe probably needs some work. Anyway, here's our little ball of dough. I'm going to get these cooked up. I'll tell you if they're good. Seems like when you add protein powder, sometimes it dries things out a little bit. Hopefully we have enough liquid, and the sourdough discard will offset it. If you are baking, remember, my newsletter has the recipe for the chocolate chip Java chip cookies at the end. I need to go check and make sure it has instructions without a sourdough discard, which is typically just omit, but if you need a little more moisture, you would add a little bit more butter. If you're butter adverse, maybe add a little more coffee. Anyway, today's June, 2nd. It is the last day to order in a party or fundraiser and get your stuff shipped by Father's Day if you're shopping for Father's Day. I just want to tell you that if you need any help, message me. I'm happy to help. Remember, I mean, I'll miss reality sometimes. I think that's it for today. I'll take a picture and share these, of course, with like a sped up video in case you couldn't stay the whole time. I think that's all. So thank you so much for being here. Word for the live. Brew. It's for cold brew, not any other kind of brew, but brew. So since we used it, message me the word brew. That will enter you into this month's giveaway. This month is relative because if you're catching the replay, it could still be this month's giveaway. And remember, Tune In Tuesday is coming, and there's likely a giveaway and possibly a discount code. I'll let you know after I tune in to know if they might be doing that all month long. I don't know. So that's all. Message me the word brew. The link in the description, the very first link, is a link to message me in Facebook Messenger. You can just type the word brew. I take down your name. I take down the word in the month that you send it to me. And then I do a drawing, which means I need to do one for last month. Anyhow, I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And it smells so good. I wish you could smell it and taste it. I will talk to y'all later.